Well, good afternoon. It is 12 o'clock noon right now. Mr. Sunshine, Locksmith Eddie coming to you live right here, right now in sunny South Florida. And we're just going to cut to the chase, as you will. We're just going to cut to the chase here. And as the marquee states, I'm going to give my 2 cents worth on what's going on as far as the failure of the United States government in protecting our children of America. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about today. We're not going to talk about the weather. We're not going to talk about styling and profiling, looking as only Mr. Sunshine can look. We're going to talk about real issues today on Mr. Sunshine Live right here in the media show. Now, let's just cut right down to it. You know, as we heard, another school shooting took place. I believe it was yesterday. You got 19, 20 people dead. How many injured? The memories, all the tragedy and the whole 9 yards. Well, let's talk about what's going on. All right, you got a guy, young punk, deranged mentally. I don't care if he's black, white, fat, skinny, Asian, Russian, black, whatever it may be. He's got some mentally deranged kid, some punk, and he walks in and you just start shooting, killing everybody. All right, now how do you just walk right in with a gun and a pistol into a school and get away with something like that, as tragic as it may be? Now, what we're going to talk about is security. Now, Mr. Sunshine, Locksmith Eddie, I lock up thousands and thousands of buildings, residential, commercial. I was one of the biggest guys doing bank buildings in the tri-state area, whether we're talking about National City, whether we're talking about PNC Banks, whether we're talking about Second Nationals, all right? And I went to Pittsburgh. I went to Homestead. I did all of the places. And you know, when you walk in and you see bulletproof glass in there, you're standing behind 4 inches of bulletproof glass. You've got armed guards standing there protecting your money. All right? They don't want to get robbed at gunpoint. All right? Get shot up, a bank teller, because they're protecting money. All right? So you put a guard in there. You put a guard at the federal buildings. You've got guards when you walk into any of the buildings here in Florida. You walk in to get a driver's license, you got to go through a metal detector. You've got to have a guard. They want to check everything. You go through an airport, and they want to check you through TSA. They got TSA, all right, taking care of security to climb on a plane. All right, you got security in a bank building. You go into a hospital, you got a security guard standing there, but yet you don't have anything in the school district. So apparently, money, airline passengers, you've got the people going in for a driver's license or going into court, are more important than the children at the schools, okay? And for what we say, well, then I have people on Facebook say, well, you know how much that's going to cost. Well, how much is a child's life worth? Are we now putting a price on a child's life? You're worried about passengers on an airplane. All right, you got 200 people on an airplane. If somebody drops a bomb and it crashes and dies, 200 people die. But you're going to let, where's the security in the school district? All right, now, you've got $5 trillion that was signed off to go for infrastructure. Well, I don't know about you. All right, I live in Florida. I drive down I-95. I don't see any infrastructure of $5 trillion going anywhere. All right, and then you sit there and you're sending billions to Ukraine. You're sending billions in foreign aid, but yet, day after day, school shootings continue to go. Now, for those of you, we've got to get rid of guns. Hey, you had an 18-year-old punk that walked in with a long gun and a pistol. What do you think the criminal is getting his gun? He ain't walking into a gun store ordering a fucking gun. No, he's buying it on the street. There's hundreds of millions of guns out on the street. And what do you think you're going to do? You know, when you're a Democrat or a liberal, which is the biggest moron of all, oh, we're going to have gun laws. Gun laws ain't going to stop the mentally deranged idiot from going out and committing mass murder and suicide, okay? They don't care. Guns aren't going to stop them, all right? Next thing you know, they're going to get in a car and drive in there and run everybody over. So now we're going to ban guns. What you need is like they have in schools, in banks, and what you're going to need in schools. You're going to need a security guard. What the fuck is so hard about a security guard? All right? You got the money. You voted $5 trillion fucking dollars. All right? As a matter of fact, I'm on driving right now. I'm going to take you, and as soon as this fucking light changes green, I'm going to take you and show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right? Now, when I was in Michigan, in Sterling Heights, the suburbs of Detroit, we had school police there. All right? You go down to Pittsburgh, there was school police at the Brownsville High School. They had school police mounted at different locations of schools so they didn't have any problem. Hey, if you can't train someone, and then you got the ones that say, you got to give teachers a gun. Oh, yeah, you're going to give the teachers. I remember my teachers, 60, 70-year-old ladies that could barely walk, and teaching Miss Pavlik and all of the rest of them down there. They're not supposed to be handling guns. They're supposed to do their job as far as teaching. You understand? Now, let's talk about what's going on here. I'm here at Forest Hill High School. Yes, let's talk about Forest Hill High School. We're all fenced in right here. You see that? F-E-N-C-E. Huh? You got a fence here. It's completely locked down. All right? You got doors. Oh, yeah, you got doors there that are locked up. And what they do is have a main entrance. Yes. Let's go here to the main entrance of the Forest Hill High School. All right, look at this. You got police over here watching what's causing all this. You've got security right here. Normally, they got a guy out here watching the traffic, so you don't go in. Here you go. You got school police. Oh, yeah, they got police here. You got a security guard there. You got a security guard here. Huh? What's wrong with this? $5 trillion fucking dollars going for infrastructure, and yet you got this going on. Look at this. 2 police cars maintaining the security of the children at Forest Hill High School. Now, let's talk about it. All right? For all of you idiots out there, oh, the gun laws, this. No. It ain't the gun laws, you idiots. It's sitting there getting security. You got security. Look at this. You got more police down here. They are on high alert right now. High alert. You got the police here. You got police there. You've got them circling the grounds. Okay, this is what you need. All right? This is what we're talking about here. All right? Is security guards. Now, for the military veterans out there from Iraq, from all of the wars that they came out of the service, they're trained. They're trained to use a machine gun. They're trained to use a pistol. They've got the education. They've got the training. And let me tell you something. If somebody opens up a private thing, you probably, on this scale, you would need a government. You wanted to have the disinformation group for disinformation on shit posted on the internet for life. Here you go. There's the police. All right, they're watching everything. All right, so there you go. You got police out here securing the perimeters of the schools. All right, $5 trillion. Where's the fucking money? Huh? Well, let me tell you something. The government has failed the American people. I'm not a parent. I don't have any kids. But let me tell you something. You see what's going on in America. I had somebody say, well, you send your kids every day, kiss them goodbye, they might not come back. That's true. That's true. Why? Because the failure of the American government. They'll secure banks. They won't secure schools. They'll secure hospitals. You can't walk into a hospital without getting checked out. All right? They want to check you out, who you are. Schools is an open house. Everybody can just walk right in. Well, let me tell you. What are I going to turn here? There's another school over there. There's a school right there with a police officer sitting over there at that school. So at least here in Palm Beach County, you got security here. All right? But we can sit here and talk about it until the cows come home. We can sit here and watch another school shooting happen and say, oh, God, how could this happen? God, then I saw the post today. Oh, God was taken out of the schools. God was taken out of the schools. That's why there's school shooting. You know what? If there was a God, none of this would be happening. All right? Why do you throw? Because God's not in the school. All right? So it justifies 21 people dying on the streets. Okay? It's just the mentality. You got to just give the take, smart with the ignorant. All right? You just got to shake your head and say, I don't know how you function through life. So there it is. I got to go in, step into Realtor Ready right now. So I got to just figured I'd give my 2 cents worth of what's going on in the United States of America, according to Mr. Sunshine Locksmith Eddie. Hope you're all having a great day. And as always, God loves you, and Eddie does too. Thank you for watching.